Hello folks, this is the G-14 Stryker profile pusher jet. In today's video, we're going to go over a couple things to help you guys along with your build. Alright guys, to start off, just want to mention a couple things to help you guys out here with your build. Go over a couple things, kind of walk through the instructions with you guys a little bit. The first thing on the instructions is hinging. And the hinging is pretty straightforward. You can use hinge tape, you can use packing tape. On this model here, I do have packing tape used for the hinges on both sides. One thing to keep in mind is make sure that you have the hinge fully down when you tape the sections in here. That way you can get the tape all the way fully seated, all the way down in the groove. One thing to keep in mind too is that these models are all built by hand. They're all cut out by hand. So each little individual piece is going to be a little different. It's not that big a deal. They're not being cut with any kind of CNC or laser cutter like that. So I have a pattern I make them out of, and then I hand cut everything out. So if you guys feel the need to, you guys could go and trim up a little bit of excess if you guys feel the need or whatever. The next thing that you're going to need to do is establish a center line. And you're going to want to use the point here, the very tip, and then you're going to want to pull center from each wingtip here, down here where these are flat here. And so you're going to get a center point here. Do not use this point here. You don't want to use that because where these lines intersect is not 100% true to the center line. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, you're just going to pull a line here, and then you'll draw a center line through here, and then you can pull off your center line to get your measurements for your rudders and your fuselage here. So next I want to talk about the gluing process. This is a two-step gluing process to ensure an ultimate bond on this foam board. Now this foam board is special. This is Lamtech foam board. It's coated with 10 mil on both sides. Now keep in mind guys, this is a prototype version. This was the first Stryker built, so the colors are going to be a little different from your kit. All the 3D printed items will be in black and not this rainbow looking color, and it'll be solid white. This one was yellow on the bottom. We pre-painted it before we laminated it just for whatever. And you'll notice my skids are a little far out. On your build, it'll tell you to put the skids further in to help support the center better. So getting back to the gluing, you guys are going to want to score this board. After you guys get your layout, you're going to go through and you're going to score your lines. And what you're doing is you're removing the top layer of laminate so you can bond the foam to foam. And that's very important. You want to use foam safe CA to get the foam bonded to the foam. And then you want to go back over and kind of weld it with hot glue. And so you can see here I have the rudders fully hot glued all the way around on both sides. And then for the fuselage, I kind of did like a stitching pattern. So you can go 2 to 3 inches, make a gap 2 to 3 inches, something like that, if you guys can see that there. You do want to leave the back section clear and free of glue until you get your motor mounted on there. And you'll see how this motor is mounted here. And this kit includes 2 motor mounts, so you guys can kind of play around with those. And this motor mount kind of sandwiches back here, and it gets glued to the bottom right here, and then right in here. So another thing, if you guys notice the hot glue job that I did, after I lay a bead of glue down, when it's still hot, I take my finger and rub over it to kind of clean it up and give it a cleaner appearance. And now keep in mind, this is very hot and you may burn your finger, but if you do this, your gluing will come out a lot nicer. So take a look at the rudders here. I have my rudders canted. Let me get those rudders straightened out there for you. You can either cant these in or out, or you can run them straight. And the kit comes with a little gauge, so you guys will be able to use that gauge to get this angle correct on both sides, or you can just put them at 90 degrees. We're not going to get into the differences and all that. You guys can research it, Google it, look into it. It's kind of fun to kind of look into that kind of stuff. We'll talk about the servo placement real quick here. You can see I have the servos here. Now you want your horn to be in the center of the flap. And then you want your servo to be 90 degrees to the flap. You don't want it 90 degrees to the fuselage. If you guys can see that, this is kind of like cantered out or whatever. That's to keep your linkages square and perpendicular. Again, this being a prototype, you guys will not have these kinds of linkages. Linkages in the kit provided are shown right now, and you guys will have a couple different mounting options there. to mount. You guys can either use the Z-bend or you guys can use the adjustable screwing clevis that it comes with. And again, you're going to mark out your servo mounts here, and you're going to score this and peel the outer layer of laminate off to glue this down. And you can put a little hot glue around the edges to secure them up. So what we're going to look at now is the electronics. You guys can see here in the electronics now, the instructions say you guys can mount the speed control and the receiver kind of like basically in the middle here. The kit does come with Velcro, so you guys will be able to use the Velcro to mount your receiver and your ESC. They're roughly going right in here. This is about the center of gravity. I believe it's 15.5 inches, I think, from the back. What I meant to say here is 15.5 inches from the nose, not the back section. You guys will see here I have the dual battery setup. Now it's highly recommended to run 2 batteries to keep the airframe balanced. And you will have notches here to run your wires through. You'll have a notch here on the fuselage to also run your servo wires through. And again, Velcro included. You're going to put your Velcro about a 1/2 inch or so past your nose cones. And yeah, so on this model, I haven't had to use any Velcro straps to strap it in, but if you guys think that you need that, you guys can put little slots here and then just Velcro, put like a Velcro strap on the battery to hold them. I haven't had any issues. These batteries are not coming off. They hold pretty good, and these are 3-cell 1500s to equal a 6-cell 1500 setup on this. And again, this motor's a little overpowered right now. I'm running a 7x6 prop on this one. Motor's not really right for this application, but it does work. It does work pretty good. This model's probably going 80-90 miles an hour right now with this setup. So there you go. A couple tips you guys can do too is you guys can tape the leading edge of this to kind of seal the deal. If you guys are doing a lot of wet grass landings, I suggest you do that. This one's had quite a few wet grass landings, and you can see it's kind of got some green stains in here. It's not too bad, but again, you can actually use super glue and just kind of wipe some super glue on these leading edges if you like to help it a little bit more. And you can see I kind of went and I got quite a bit of hot glue up here in the nose section here to help, you know, keep it intact. So yeah, there you go. This is the G-14 Stryker profile jet. Hope you guys enjoy it, and if you have any questions or comments, post them down below, and we'll get to you guys. I have more models coming. I have a slow stick coming, and I have a fast stick coming, and then after I get those going, I'm probably going to have a 3D like a Yak or something, or a Sukhoi, something in that realm. But yeah, this is the Lamtech foam board. This is the hottest stuff on the market right now, you guys. So yeah, this is a 37-inch wingspan, capable of pulling high Gs, and there's no need for a spar because of how rigid and strong that this board is. So hope you guys enjoy. Oh. Dude, this thing rips.
Whoa!
Is that cool?
Nice.